Hi everybody, Tam here from Yogaphysio with a little meditation for you, a little meditation on your body. So if you'd like to take a few moments to get yourself comfortable, you can be lying or sitting, wherever you are happy to be for a good 10 minutes. If you're sitting, just making sure that your spine is long and that you're comfortable in your hips and your knees. You might like to put cushions underneath. You want to start out in as comfortable a position as possible. And throughout the practice, if you really do need to move, then absolutely move. I'll give some instruction around how you work with the impulse to move. If you're happy to now, you can close your eyes. In the first few moments, we're just arriving, becoming embodied, bringing our attention down into our body and taking our attention away from our thinking mind. You might like to take a few deep belly breaths. With each exhale, just letting that be the cue to bring your attention into your body. As we move through our meditation, remember there's no wrong or right way. There's nothing particular to achieve. Our first step is to engage our observing self. Come to rest in just being awareness. And from that perspective, we'll be observing the different areas of the body. Let's start by taking our attention to the crown of our head. Just feeling the sensations on the top of the head, feeling of your hair touching your scalp. And then bringing your attention round into your face, noticing any sensations on your forehead, down the temples, the jawline, noticing sensation in the ears, the eyes, the mouth and the nose. And trying to stay in that perspective of just observing, just being the observer, allowing awareness to witness your experience of body. You can take your attention down the back of the head, finding that place where the skull meets the neck. Notice any sensations around the neck, the back of the neck, the side of the neck, and around into the front of the neck and throat. And as you're observing, you may notice that there are in fact judgments or attributions. As you notice sensation, the mind will very quickly come in with a comment. And so we observe that. We observe that response to sensation. And then, wherever possible, just coming back to observing without the judgment. Bring your attention up to your left shoulder, down the left arm, passing the elbow, the forearm, and down into the hand. Noticing the sensation in the hand. And maybe very gently, slightly, just gently moving, gently opening the palm of the hand, feeling the sensation of the body in that very small amount of movement. And gently stretch out the fingers and then relax them. And then bring your attention to the right shoulder. Flow down through the right arm, pass through the elbow, into the forearm and down into the hand. All the time just noticing with curiosity, how is the body, what is the bodily experience? Maybe gently opening the right hand and closing, just feeling the sensation of the hand and that little bit of movement. And then coming back up to the shoulders. Feeling any sensations across the top of the shoulders and the muscles there. And just seeing if you notice any sensation that you would describe as uncomfortable or even painful. Notice how there's a tendency, almost an unconscious tendency, to want to move to escape it. And in the first instance, I invite you to just resist that urge to respond or react. Just notice if there are thoughts, maybe emotions. There might be a lot of resistance to my suggestion. Just giving a little bit of space from the noticing of sensation to the responding. And perhaps even at some stage, not needing to respond at all. Just staying in that equanimous state of ease and observation. So as we move to observing the trunk and the back and the spine, just notice the sensation of the breath. Feel how the breath creates a movement in the trunk. And if you like, you can gently move the body, maybe lift and roll the shoulders, just feeling the sensation of movement, deciding to move, but not necessarily moving in reaction or response to avoid any particular sensation. Move with curiosity. So letting your attention come down the spine, wrapping round the rib cage to the front of the chest and abdomen. Let curiosity be your driver of just gently and slightly moving your body, staying interested in the sensation. Feeling the sensations associated with movement, and then the sensations associated with stillness. And bringing your attention down into your hips, feeling into your left hip and buttock, the front of the groin and pelvic area, down the left leg through the knee to the lower leg, ankle, foot and toes. And again, if it assists you in your exploration of sensation, just gently squeezing the toes, maybe giving the foot a little wiggle. And then coming up to the right hip, feeling around the right hip and buttock, the right side of the pelvic bowl, to the groin, the right leg through the right knee, lower leg to the right foot and toes. Gently moving, very slight, subtle movements to ignite your sensitivity to sensation. And then letting your attention broaden out to encompass your whole body. Just feeling the whole of the body. Notice if your attention is drawn to any dominating sensation, maybe a sensation you don't like. And seeing whether you can observe this sensation without reaction, without needing to respond, or at least giving space between the noticing of sensation and then the response. And then maybe noticing a less dominating sensation. Just taking your attention to somewhere where the sensation is more subtle. Notice the physicality of the body, a body made up of 5 elements. And particularly attentive to the feelings of heaviness in the body, the presence of the earth element, and feeling how the body seeks connection. The earth element in our body seeks connection with the earth beneath us. Feeling the solidity in the body, the stability, the strength. And as you become more practiced, more familiar with this process of meditation, maybe you begin to be aware of the sensations within sensations. So even when you're attentive to the dominating, more unpleasant sensations, maybe beginning to notice the more subtle sensations within the unpleasant sensation. You might like to imagine you're breathing into these areas, taking a little bit of the fluidity and flow of the breath into these feelings of dense contraction. And with a sense of the body as a whole, just reminding yourself again of being the awareness that you're inhabiting, your observing self, endeavoring to observe sensation without judgment, without analysis, without the attributions of the mind and responsiveness of emotion. Just being, feeling how being awareness can hold the whole of your physical experience. Just being. And then when you're ready to close your meditation, just become aware of the interface between your body and the space around you. And maybe taking a couple deeper breaths and slowly reawaken your body into that space. You can gently open your hands, open your feet. And as you're ready to, you can slowly explore and move out into that space around you. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and close your practice. Move out into your day.